How are you, manager? Has Granny been to your store lately?
No. Has something happened?
I obtained the Crest of Waves replica trophy this morning and went to take it over to her. But the place was empty, and her door was ajar. The neighbors say she caused a commotion late last night, banging on doors claiming a holo was coming, and she was going to White Wave Hospital to save the sweet cakes. She's been searching for sweet cakes everywhere for weeks now, so nobody took it seriously, and they convinced her to go back to her room and go to sleep. But by morning she'd disappeared. She often goes out early to look for the sweet cakes, but this is the first time she hasn't locked her door, and the first time she's mentioned White Waves Hospital. It just seems odd. I filed a missing person report to public security, so I'm just waiting to hear from them now.
Gone to White Waves Hospital to save the sweet cakes. That's a new term.
Searching for information on White Waves Hospital. White Waves Hospital is a renowned, large-scale, comprehensive medical facility in New Eridu. Earlier records go back 41 years to when it was forced to relocate due to a holo disaster.
Wait, 41 years ago. That's the same year as that competition.
With funding from both the government and the public, White Wave Hospital, which has been relocated several times, retained most of its medical resources. Its symbol is a white wave.
A white wave? Is it a coincidence? Or have we been wrong from the start? The beauty pageant, the hospital, the wave? There must be a connection between the three. If you'll excuse me, manager, I'm going to contact a friend who works in medicine to investigate.
Let me know if you hear anything about Granny, even if she doesn't remember my name.
Well, as my current client, I must ask you to forgive her rudeness. I'm her maid, so please allow me to remember your name in her stead. Well then, I'll be going. Please don't let my affairs affect you. You have your own business to run, after all. One, two, yes, all accounted for.
I only handle technical matters. I only handle technical matters. Standing by.
Preparations complete. I'm ready to begin, dear guide.
Dear guide, I like the sound of that.
Unfortunately, I cannot base my terms of address on personal preference. Using the correct titles in the right situations is important etiquette at Victoria Housekeeping. Now, let's get back to Granny. Based on our current intel, I'm certain her cognitive corruption syndrome is getting worse. Her memory has already regressed to that day 41 years ago.
That day, 41 years ago?
Yes. The Miss Metropolitan dropout incident and the White Waves Hospital Hollow disaster both happened on the same day, and Granny Leisha was involved in both.
But what does this have to do with Granny's search for sweet cakes?
There is a connection. A big one. The sweet cakes are the link between these two events, and have been the source of strife in Granny's heart for 41 years. It's a long story. I had to contact a lot of people and piece it all together. But we don't have much time, so let's talk on the way. Granny Leisha from 41 years ago. She'd have been around my age now. She worked as a nurse at the White Waves Hospital back then. She was in charge of taking care of the newborns.
Don't just smile at me. Go to sleep already. The more sleep you get, the quicker you'll grow. You're drooling. Let me wipe it off. Hey, that's quite the set of pipes you've got. Can you keep it down? You're going to frighten the other babies.
The hospital was short-handed, so Granny Leisha was always busy. Still, she loved her work. Of course, aside from her work, she had other things she wanted to accomplish. Oh dear! Looks like we've got a bit of a situation. Let's tackle the issue at hand first.
Huh. Looks like we need 2 people to open this door. Look, there's another button to control the door over there.
They can handle pressing the buttons.
Leave it to me! You, both of us!
I'll leave these two children with you, Proxy. Please bring them with you as you search for a way forward.
Temporary access permissions for Drusilla and Anastella received. Action request approved. Initiating override.
Me, pick me!
The operational interface has been switched to Anastella.
Lead Anastella to push the button ahead. Great! Now Drusilla can get through. I've stepped on the button!
You can use the permissions I've granted you to switch between them.
We're here! Both of us! I'm here! Drusilla too!
There's another up ahead.
There's a huge switch up ahead. Seems like we need two Bangbu to step on it. Leave it to Anastella and me. Go, go, go! Drusilla, let's do it together! Gear coins! I found them! I'm standing on it! It's your turn, Anastella! Come on, step down hard on that switch.
Once they both get through, they'll be able to step on the main switch.
Main switch won't budge! Need Drusilla! We're here! Gonna step on the main switch! Yeah! Yeah!
Aren't my little Bangbu amazing? Our guide is pretty amazing too, of course. Now then, let's proceed. Let me continue with Granny's story. When she was young, Granny dreamed of becoming an actress. So she signed up for a beauty contest in her free time. That's right. It was the Miss Metropolitan pageant. Not just her colleagues, but she too was surprised at how far she got. Let's walk and talk. Granny emerged as the dark horse that year. To everyone's surprise, the judges gave her high scores. And just like that, Laisha Christie made it into the finals. Yet, on the day of the finals...
Is she coming? I remember in the news.
In a corner of the broadcasting room, numerous screens were showing the broadcast of the glamorous stage. But among them, an old TV was airing a piece of breaking news. It was a holo alert for areas including the White Waves Hospital. And so, on the screens showing that magnificent stage, the rising star who was about to be crowned Beauty Queen ran down the red carpet steps without turning back and headed to the place on that old TV screen. Seems we have some uninvited listeners up ahead. Let's pause the story there for now.
I'm here. Get your safe.
Wanna help me test this?
Moving up.
faster. We can reach depths of once you enter. You will...
It's yet another strange door.
Yeah, and more different mechanisms.
That should be where the main switch is.
Time to step on the button again? Step on the button, step on the button!
Temporary access permissions for Drusilla and Anastella received. Action request approved.
I'm standing on it! Stepped on it! One more ahead! It's done! It's all done! We're very close to our destination now, Rena.
Yes, and Granny's story.
Valstad. The lock is... Sufficient gear coins paid. Authentication successful. Opening valve.
Are the kids all right? Oh no! The main door is blocked. I remember the emergency exit should be... Ah! I found it! Don't be scared. I'm coming! I'll protect you all!
The hospital had already been enveloped by the hollow. It was pitch black everywhere, and things were in chaos. Laisha didn't have time to worry about her tattered pageant gown. She took off her high heels to run and climb barefoot. She kicked away the obstacle that blocked the main door. In a panic, she couldn't remember the names of all of the children, relying on her memory. She searched for one swaddled baby after another. Those clothes were all imprinted with the hospital's wave pattern. One baby giggling happily in the hollow. One baby that was drooling. And another that cried at the top of their lungs. They were the wave sweet cakes Granny was searching for.
That must have been when she contracted cognitive corruption syndrome. This is the last obstacle.
Let's get rid of it in one fell swoop and find Granny. As usual, I'll leave you to take the little ones.
We need to find a way to bring it with us. button too! Let's do it together! 3, 2, 1! 2, 1!
Biosignatures detected up ahead.
Granny Leisha should be there.
Yes, we should hurry up.
Huh. These two bamboos suddenly seem pretty useful.
Thank you for the compliment. We might have to battle Ethereals later, so I'm going to withdraw your access for now.
Not here. Or here.
Oh, good. We found her, and she doesn't look hurt. Just not in a stable emotional state.
I lost all the sweet cakes. The sweet cake with a silly smile, the sweet cake with a loud voice, and the drooling sweet cake. I couldn't protect any of them.
Rena, didn't you say all the sweet cakes had been saved back then?
Yes, I'm quite certain they were all saved. There's only one explanation. She doesn't even remember them being saved. Her memory has regressed to the night she was at the hospital, so she can only search for her missing sweet cakes. For her, the conclusion no longer exists. Granny Leisha, do you remember me? I'm Rena, and the new Eridu Housekeeping Association appointed me to help you.
Sweet cake. It's a sweet cake. Don't be scared. Even if you're all that's left, I'll protect you.
Multiple ethereals detected, rapidly approaching this area.
Rena, Granny Leisha, we need to get out of here. Things will get dangerous if we don't hurry.
Ethereals are coming, Granny. Come on, we have to go.
Don't be scared. I'll protect you. I will.
You have to let go, Granny. That isn't your sweet cake.
It's a sweet cake. I won't lose another sweet cake.
She won't listen. What do we do, Rena? Rena!
Name, Leisha Christie. Nurse ID 2107. Your sweet cakes aren't lost. The silly, smiling sweet cake still loves to smile. She became a maternity nurse, just like you. The loud sweet cake doesn't talk much over the phone. But he said he'll come see you. Right after his concert finishes. The drooling sweet cake has already become a senior investigator. He might be off fighting ethereals as we speak. You didn't lose them, Granny. They just grew up. Now, it's finally their turn to protect you. Please wait there, Granny. We'll be done with them here soon. Dodge now! Ready and waiting. Left on target. Right in front of you! Ready and waiting. Ready and waiting. Wanna help me test this? Is that your six? All right. Ready and waiting. Enter maneuver. Oh, this little one is so cute! I'll just explode! danger, and Granny Laisha has calmed down. How are you feeling? Do you recognize me now?
You look familiar. I think I've seen you before. On TV?
It's okay if you don't remember me. But do you still remember looking for the sweet cakes?
Sweet cakes? Not a fan of cakes. They're sticky and dry out your mouth.
Oh, she forgot the sweet cakes too?
Do you remember anything that happened the last few days? What you had for breakfast, where you were, and who you spoke to yesterday?
No, I don't remember. Oh, I remember now. I'd lost something for a long time, and a kind soul helped me find it. Oh, what was it I lost? I can't recall. And who was it that helped me?
That's okay. As long as you found it, the who isn't important. I'll remember all the unimportant details for you. Well now, I'd already contacted all the sweet cakes before we went into the hollow. They're on their way to Granny's place, so we'd best be getting back.
Ah, there you are, Miss Rena. I'm your contact from the new Eridu Housekeeping Association. Regarding your call, did you have an update for us?
Yes, I've completed the assessment. Shall we discuss the specifics at Granny's house?
About that, Miss Rena. I have to apologize. After double-checking, we realized she wasn't the client for your assessment.
What do you mean?
We got her mixed up with a lady of the same name, Laisha Christie. Actually, this elderly lady came to the association a few times, saying she's looking for her sweet cakes. But staff always got rid of her. But someone got careless that day. They let her in the assessment reception room and then... well, the rest was a coincidence.
If it weren't for carelessness and coincidence, she'd still be out there searching. So things turned out okay.
As for the official assessment, could I ask you to file with the association as soon as possible?
Later, perhaps. I need to get her home first. There are several people waiting for her.
I'll go with you. Perhaps there is some kind of compensation the Housekeeping Association can offer.
Well then, I'll come see you at the store as soon as I'm finished. Hello, Manager. I appreciate your help these last few days.
How is Granny?
The bad news is her memory is in severe decline. She doesn't recognize anyone anymore, let alone her sweet cakes. But the rest is good news. The Housekeeping Association contacted a suitable nursing home for her, and the sweet cakes all agreed to visit her on different days. She may not remember them, but everyone is looking forward to spending time with her. Perhaps one day she'll remember something.
Perhaps one day, people will find a cure for cognitive corruption syndrome.
That would be nice. Cognitive corruption syndrome. Who knows? I've been in the hollows for so long. Perhaps I have it without even realizing. When I'm old, I might be looking for sweet cakes just like Granny Laisha. No. I'll probably be far more stubborn, rebellious, and unwilling to listen than her.
Looking for sweet cakes. Sounds like fun. Don't forget to bring me along.
It's a promise then. When that day comes, don't be put off when I turn into Granny Rena, and stick with me until I find my sweet cakes.
My apologies for disturbing you. I am here today to discuss a commission with you, Master Proxies. I trust the both of you have already read the forum post of declared criminal intent I sent you.
Forum post of what now? You sent us a forum post?
Ah, I believe I reposted it in the group chat. My most sincere apologies. I failed to send it properly. Ellen just taught me how to long press and send Internaut links, but it appears I only managed to copy the title.
Oh, so that weird text Lycon sent us before was the title of an Internaut post.
Glad to see Lycon is still himself.
I yet remain apologetic for my mistake. In order to not waste your time, allow me to read the contents of the post aloud for you. With the waning moon nigh, the chosen shall descend as the clock strikes midnight. O sinners, await judgment in silence. That is what the title says. And now allow me to read the contents for you. On the day of revelation, during the embers of the waning moon, I shall become the chosen of the heavens and descend upon this land of sins, taking back the divine heart in the name of hope. Signed, the Companion of Justice.
The contents of this post seem quite enigmatic. Did you get any of that, Belle?
I feel like I get it, but also don't get it. Lycon, could you translate?
Considering the follow-up posts made by this poster, this thread should be a declaration that the poster intends to infiltrate a hollow tonight to steal a famous painting that will be in transport then. And this very painting belongs to one of my current employers. As a qualified attendant, it is my duty to protect my client's assets. Thus, I was hoping to have you accompany me into the hollow and help stop the theft.
Well, we can, but this post looks like it was written by a kid trying to sound edgy. Just trolling.
Indeed, you aren't wrong to think that way. I too have considered that possibility.
Wait, you know what edgy means?
The word edgy appeared in the comments multiple times. In order to figure out the exact meaning of this term, I scoured the web and carefully perused several books on the topic before getting an understanding of the nuance behind it.
Lycon sure is diligent.
Even if the post is, as you said, merely a prank, that is also an acceptable outcome. You see, eliminating potential threats to my master's safety is also an important duty of an attendant. Of course, regardless of the outcome, I will see to it to give you sufficient compensation, Master Proxies. As this is quite urgent, I'm willing to offer twice the usual commission fee as compensation, if that would be all right with you.
We'll take the commission. After all, we can't leave a friend in need hanging.
You didn't hesitate at all. How wise.
Well then, I suppose this contract is settled. Thank you kindly for your trust. I shall take my leave for now. Once both of you are ready, please make your way to the hollow. I'm at your disposal.
Officer 148, Juyuan, ready.
I only handle technical matters. Need some tech support?
Huh? Is something the matter?
Headmaid Rena, at your service.
person just now looked super suspicious.
Warning. Ethereal energy detected ahead.
It's most likely the thief. The smell of ethereals. How disgusting. We should go after them. You needn't worry. Leave the cleaning to me.
Warning. Strong ethereal energy detected up ahead.
That thief was able to get through despite being so small and weak. We should be more vigilant.
Here, catch. Don't drop it. Can you see? Grab a couple more.
We should turn right. But there are some supplies up ahead. I'll go by your decision, Master Proxy. Understood. The path ahead seems to be blocked by ethereals. Don't worry, I'll clear the way for you.
Stand still.
We're surrounded by ethereals. Though it matters not. Please allow me a little time to deal with them.
Hey, idiots, I'm here!
I'm here.
Move, please.
You wanna help me test this?
Looks like that thief's trapped by some ethereal.
Things don't look too good. Let's deal with the surrounding ethereals first. A deep clean. Clear out. Time. With this power.
Huh. The thief is just a kid.
What's wrong? Your expression is a little odd.
No, it's nothing. This is just a bit shocking.
Shocking? How so?
Please, do not worry. It's nothing major, it's just that, well, this lady thief is my current employer. Not long ago, I was contracted by her family and temporarily took over their previous attendant's duties.
Huh? So she's stealing from her own house?
Master, I have found a proverb that fits the current situation. She is going against her family, like machine oil that decided to flood the workshop. Ha ha, ha ha.
Fairy, now's not the time for bad jokes.
Miss Lilac, could you explain why you are here?
I know not of this lilac you speaketh of. Thou dost not know my name. But, very well. Allow me to enlighten thee. Mortals, hear me! My name is Lempeluch Aznabel Phantomhine Lilac. But thou may also call me the Chosen of the World's End, the Companion of Justice.
I think I still heard the name Lilac in there.
Incorrect. That's Lempeluch Aznabel Phantomhine Lilac to you, not Lilac.
Grandiose, yet lengthy and jumbled terminology, speech filled with emotion but lacking any efficiency in communication. I see. I suppose this is a textbook example of the edgy speech pattern. However, from my perspective, it appears you have no issues communicating with her. Could this be the popular subculture amongst the youth today?
It's really not. Basically, nobody speaks like this nowadays. If I had to guess, it was in style maybe 3 trends ago.
If I might be blunt, your explanation is also quite confusing. However, we shouldn't linger here. I recommend we escort her out of the hollow.
And whom might thou be?
This is Wise, a friend of mine. Miss Lilac, about what happened just now.
I have told thee before, I am not Lilac. I am Lempeluch Aznabel Phantomhine Lilac.
It's such a long name. You just made it up yourself, didn't you?
Made what up? This name is from my favorite comic. I mean, this is the name bestowed upon me since conception.
I heard that. From the comics, huh?
Miss Lilac, would you like blueberry mousse or orange tart for afternoon tea tomorrow?
Blueberry mousse for sure.
So you finally admitted it. You really are the child of his employer, Lilac.
How could you use food to trip me up? That's cheating!
Aha! The staple of an edgy persona. Once exposed, they ditch the pretenses.
Miss Lilac, if I may ask you, why do you want to steal this painting?
Stealing a painting? As expected, you can only see the surface of all this. Unfortunately for your feeble minds, the shallows do not typically contain the truth.
May I be so bold as to assume that the post on Internet was also put up by you?
What post? I don't know of any post.
On the day of revelation, during the embers of the waning moon, I shall become the chosen of the heavens and descend upon this land of sins, taking back...
Stop. Okay, what's with that bland as hell reading? If you tried to sign up for the organization right now, I bet they'd drop you in the first round. But the organization probably wouldn't want someone as stuffy as you in the first place. Never mind a painting. I bet you couldn't even steal a coin.
What is this organization you speak of?
The organization is the organization. Stealing this painting is the test they gave me. Once I pass this test, I can join them and become a companion of justice. I just didn't think that I'd get something belonging to my parents as a target.
The entrance test is to steal something? What sort of organization is this?
Obviously, a phantom thieves syndicate. What else? Do you really not know about Mockingbird? The most famous phantom thieves in all of New Eridu?
searching for Mockingbird, an infamous thief syndicate that steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Though their reputation is quite mixed, they once fooled and scammed almost all the wealthy elites of New Eridu. The organization was inactive for quite some time, but has recently resurfaced on Internet.
They're merely a group of criminals, nothing more.
Mockingbird isn't just some group of criminals. They're chivalrous thieves who steal from the rich and give to the poor. They are justice itself. And I am one of the chosen, Lampeluche Asdabel Phantom Hind Lilac, also known as the Chosen of the World's End, the Companion of Justice.
Miss Lilac.
That's enough. Don't try to stop me. You can't possibly understand this kind of justice or my determination to become a phantom thief.
You misunderstand. As an attendant, it is my duty to protect my master's assets. So I cannot allow you to steal this painting. However, please do not worry. As per the contract I have signed, you too are my employer, and I will not prevent you from doing as you wish, nor will I tell your parents. Yet I must warn you, the organization that calls itself Mockingbird is not necessarily trustworthy, and there are great risks in trying to join. I hope you can reconsider.
I thought you were gonna be all stuffy and stuck up like my previous attendants. Never thought you might be different from those old fossils. As for the painting, it's fine, even if you don't let me take it. I have other ways.
Please do not worry. I will not let the situation remain as it currently is. It's just considering what I know of people such as Miss Lilac. Forcing my opinion will only cause more trouble. If I want her to understand the issue at hand, I need to find a more appropriate method. Something more direct and impactful that'll teach her where the issue lies. Apart from that, I also need some time to look into this ostensible Mockingbird's current dealings more thoroughly.
Lycon, why do you care so much about this Mockingbird organization? Have you had issues with them in the past or something?
My relationship with Mockingbird. I wouldn't exactly call what transpired issues. It has to do with a mistake I once made. I apologize. This has to do with some unpleasant history. When the opportunity presents itself, I will tell you more. You have my word. Ah, you are very punctual. I wanted to discuss with you that recently, Miss Lilac has been acting rather strange. While she usually frequents the bookstore, recently, she has been going to the noodle shop instead.
What's wrong with the noodle shop? Noodles are pretty good.
I apologize. I have no bias against noodles. What I mean is, Miss Lilac's least favorite food is noodles. She even said, noodles being the Protec's favorite food, that's so last year. It's a new year now. Have some creativity.
Lilac seems to be quite the comic nerd.
In addition, according to what her chauffeur and bodyguard said, she even skipped her extra classes today. This is completely unprecedented. Miss Lilac has always been well-behaved and never skips classes. Even in her free time, she spends it almost entirely reading comics. I have a suspicion that this all might have to do with that so-called Mockingbird organization.
Did the Phantom Thieves teach Lilac bad habits?
Yes, I believe so. In any case, in order to ensure that there are no potential threats to her safety, I wish to do some investigating at the places she frequents. If I could be so bold as to ask you to accompany me, I believe you are likely more familiar with Lumina Square than I am.
Sure. Lumina Square may as well be my second home.
It seems you are indeed quite familiar with the location. I was wise to ask for your help. Ah, yes. There was something else I wished to discuss with you. May I call you Master while investigating, just in case? I believe using this to cover our identities will be more convenient for us.
By all means, go ahead.
Thank you for your cooperation. Then, let us begin from the noodle shop. I did not expect Miss Lilac would actually work here part-time. Logically speaking, she would not lack pocket money to spend. Unless... perhaps she's saving up to purchase something particularly expensive.
I wonder what it could be. Perhaps a limited edition surprise box? The kind all the girls have been raving about recently.
No, I highly doubt a surprise box, even a limited edition one, could be that expensive. Lilac's parents have been planning to sell a batch of paintings recently. That painting is amongst them, and I hear it was reserved a couple of days ago. But that painting is not cheap. If I had to guess, I'd say it costs about...
Wait a second. How much? Could someone her age really afford something like that?
Well, in terms of material wealth, my employer is indeed quite affluent.
Material wealth? Is there another kind of wealth?
Miss Lilac's parents are usually exceptionally busy and are unable to spend time with her. However, they are very strict and expect the best from her. No matter what she is doing, she usually has a chauffeur or bodyguards to accompany her. Well, excuse me, monitor her actions would be a more apt way to put it. Every day after school, Miss Lilac also has endless extracurricular and supplementary classes to attend. Though she may have material wealth, is she truly happy? I've been wondering ever since I took over attendant duties for this household. Perhaps that is exactly why Miss Lilac spends so much time with her comics. At the very least, in the world of comic book fiction, she is free.
You really are a good person.
You flatter me, but I may not be how you think I am. Someone once told me that family is an everlasting, unavoidable curse placed upon a person. No matter how much you grow, no matter where you go, that curse will forever follow you like a shadow. When you fall to rock bottom or climb to your peak, it will appear, turning you back into that helpless, powerless child who can do nothing but hide in the closet and weep. Perhaps it is because I have never known the feeling of being bonded to someone through blood, but I've always believed that family should not be a curse, as they had told me.
That sounds quite heavy. Who said that?
An old friend. No one worth mentioning. I'm sorry. It appears I've digressed. I believe Lilac chose to work part-time due to her family as well. Perhaps her savings are just short of being able to afford the painting, and she does not wish to ask her parents for help. Or perhaps she simply wants to obtain something through the efforts of her own two hands. However, what I am most worried about is that if Miss Lilac did manage to buy the painting, it would then follow that she would meet with members of Mockingbird. If this is so, she may end up in danger. So, could I be so bold as to ask you to accompany me to another location? Once we are there, I should be able to confirm where exactly that painting will end up. You seem to have something about which you would like to inquire. Please, go ahead.
How come you know so much about this sort of thing?
I've merely dabbled a little in such things. I would not consider myself an expert. I understand your confusion. However, this concerns my past. It also concerns my nemesis.
I see. You haven't said anything yet, but I think I get it.
Indeed. They are memories I would rather not bring up. In any case, that past is not pleasant.
Alright, well, I'll let you off the hook now, but I'll keep it in mind.
Thank you for your understanding. As a matter of fact, I once had dealings with these intermediaries due to, well, I had my reasons. Many of them are so cunning, they will take advantage of any weaknesses they perceive. It takes patience and effort to deal with them. If you ever come across such merchants in the future, please be careful. And do not give your trust lightly. Seeing as Miss Lilac has already obtained the painting, she must be meeting with the people from Mockingbird soon. We must stop her before that happens. She should have just finished her supplementary classes. Let's head over and take a look. Miss Lilac, please. We have no ill intentions. And I do not agree with what those other students said about you. I merely want to warn you that Mockingbird is suspicious. It is possible you may encounter danger if you go.
Even if I'm in danger, it doesn't concern you. In the end, you're just an attendant that my parents hired. Why are you trying to stick your nose into everything? In any case, you're probably just like those other people. You must think I'm a freak, just like they do. Well, I'm so sorry that you're forced to take care of someone who only causes trouble, who no one loves, who's edgy and delusional like me.
I've never thought that. Miss Lilac, you are the respectable, important employer of Victoria Housekeeping. We would never treat someone like yourself with such utter disrespect.
But you weren't even willing to listen to what I said.
My most sincere apologies. My knowledge is lacking. I have yet to better understand popular subcultures, such as what being edgy truly means. I shall make sure to take lessons and educate myself on it.
Is there really a need to take lessons on being edgy?
It doesn't matter anymore. This is all just the price I need to pay to become a companion of justice. I bought the painting so I can finally meet with them. The people at Mockingbird told me that I'm the most promising recruit yet. I will join them and become a companion of justice. You cannot stop me.
I understand. If that is your wish, I will not stop you. I will help you fulfill it.
I'm meeting with Mockingbird at the Ballet Twins at this time tomorrow. You know, I can in fact do this by myself. I don't need you. I've got a carrot and I've prepared weapons to deal with the ethereals. So, I don't care if you come or not. It's up to you.
My apologies. I have brought shame to myself. By making Miss Lilac feel uncomfortable, I have failed in my duties as an attendant.
Are you really going to do this? To help grant Lilac her wish?
Yes, I will. However, the wish I will help her fulfill is what her heart truly desires. If I'm correct in my suspicions, she doesn't simply wish to join Mockingbird. That's only what's on the surface. She has other needs, emotional needs, that are truly what she seeks to fulfill. The fish has taken the bait.
By fish, you mean?
That organization calling itself Mockingbird has contacted me. Master Proxy, may I ask you for a favor? Please, this is something only you can do.